Starting lineups for today. We start with the away team, Mount Pleasant. In goal, number 8 is Shakon Davis. Number 12, Kivoni Bailey. Number 7, Devante Campbell. Number 33, Shaquille Dyer. Number 25, R. Edwards. Number 9, Daniel Green. Number 2, Gadale Irving. Number 23, first start here for Miguel Joseph. Number 11, Alex Marshall. Number 14, Captain Sule McCullough returning. And number 15, Kyle Ming. That's Mount Pleasant. The coach is Theodore Tapper Whitmore. And for Vere Phoenix in goal, E. Edwards. Number 12. Number 1, that's Edwards. Number 12, M. Cunningham. Number 6, M. Forbes. Number 9, Robina Garden. Number 18, Sean Layton. Number 15, Damian Mitchell. Number 32, D. Mitchell. Number 32, Marcus Pegoretti. Number 21, S. Phillips. Number 14, Damian Thomas. Number 13, S. Wall. And number 17, Wooling, the captain, Craig Butler and Mr. Lenny Hyde, coaches there at Vere Phoenix as we head into match day 34. It's Vere Phoenix versus Mount Pleasant here at the Wembley Center of Excellence. Dyer. Back to Ming. Davis. So early goings here. Struggling with the conditions in terms of the windy and then feel a bit bumpy as well. As we throw in here to be taken by Forbes. And straight to Shakon Davis in goal. Did break the Premier League record with 17 clean sheets in the last encounter versus Tivoli, and it's likely that there could be another clean sheet here based on the record of Mount Pleasant as we see Irving coming forward inside to Green. Green now slips this one across for the run of Alex Marshall. Marshall over on the left hand side, still Marshall with the ball. Now he crosses inside and heads go up, but no problem there. Edwards, the man, trying to get involved, but referee O'Shane Perry in the middle as Woolley now plays this one all the way over on the left hand side. Dyer keeping company now, and the shot, and good shot there. Forced a save out of Davis from the right hand side. Cut in and just let fly. And Davis thought it was important to get an intervention there. Layton seems to be the man with the shot there as the corner kick now comes inside, and Davis again to hand them another corner kick. So just some signs here. Sean Layton, the man there with the shot, and the wind playing a big factor thus far as we are here at the Wembley Center of Excellence. We're in Clarendon. Here is Clarendon, and in the backdrop you see the turbines and the different equipment from the backside plant. Formerly the Jamalco Sports Complex, as Woolley now will play this one inside, but header from the Brazilian can't get the header there, and it's now a goal kick. So early peggings here in the fixture. 0-0 the score, and Mount Pleasant, of course, trying to get to 72 points. We are at the bottom of the table and really desperate for points here to stay in the league, as Green now will chip this one forward looking for the run of Devante Campbell, and Campbell now twists and turns. Still Campbell with the ball, gets inside, plays it across, but cleared now by the team here, Vere, but only as far as to Bailey. Bailey now with two players surrounding him. Still Bailey on the ball, gets it across, cleared again by Vere. Irving now knocks this one, but cut out by Vere. And going forward now with the man Ming, who manages just to hand them a corner there. And another corner to Vere, which Leighton comes across to take. So Vere leading in terms of corners at the moment. No goals in the piece. And in swing again. High wind here, as you can see in the background. The trees rustling in the wind as Leighton now against the wind, and the ball holds up in the wind, as you can see. And really strong gusts here in the Clarendon Wembley Center of Excellence. You can look at the flag, the lines, the assistant referee's flag. You can look at the corner flag, even the net, as Davis now comes across to Irving. Irving will go back to Ming under some pressure, but does well. Still high press being employed here as Green takes over now. Still Green. Green turns, comes to Irving, back to Green. Green now will chip it forward, headed out. Well, more like the ball headed him, as Leighton now comes across, and Robinho Garden just manages to get that to Davis, and we start again with Ming. Ming now can't get the direction right, and Ming, of course, playing as a centre back today, not something he would be unaccustomed to, as he did that for years at Cavalier, but occupying the position here as a centre back with Irving playing as a right back, and Kivani Bailey playing as a left back today. So some changes at the back for Tapa and the team, as here is Bailey again playing this one down the flank for Campbell. Campbell now wants to get by his man. Can he do so? Yes. Still Campbell now can't get it inside, and the ball still kept in play by the Vere team, and they come forward now, and ball dispossessed there by Dyer, and Marcos Pegoretti, the man there from Brazil, and inside to looks to be the man Joseph, academy player, first start, did come on in the game versus Tivoli Gardens, put in a good shift, but he's starting now as Marshall can't double his way past defenders here, and Ming will beat his man and comes to Irving. So in an unfamiliar position, inverted today as a right winger, right full back, and coaching staff just adjusting, and probably believes that this is a good opponent to make these adjustments against, as Joseph again plays a good probing ball down the left hand side for Devante Campbell, who has been busy in the fixtures thus far. Phillips can't get the ball off him, as Kivoni Bale now plays this inside for Gadiel Irving. Irving now could line up a shot, but goes wide to Alex Marshall. Still Marshall now comes inside, back to Irving, now to Daniel Green, but can't keep it under control. Irving now can go for goal, but should be easy pickings there for goalkeeper Prince Daniel. So as we look at the bench here for the Mount Pleasant team. So Edwards in goal for Vere, as Gordon can't get by Green. But the breeze again wreaking havoc here. And this will be important in terms of working out the conditions, as Forbes will take this throw. Big, tall player, Forbes. McCullough back in the lineup after missing the game against Tivoli. And early peggings here as we're in the just about 10 minutes gone, as Marcus gets that one, trying to connect inside the box, and good work there, but that should run out of play for a goal kick. So he did well to stay with the defender, eventually won the ball, got across inside, but nothing coming off that, as Irving now to Marshall, inside to Edwards. Edwards plays this one across, but to his namesake, the goalkeeper Edwards. So no issues there as we approach 12 minutes here in the fixture. So again, the man Leighton putting that one across. Marcus, the Brazilian, twisting and turning and tussling and bustling there with Ming. Ming eventually goes to the turf now, and literally fighting for dear life, both physically, mentally, in every way, as the positions would dictate on the table. As we said, Mount Pleasant, they're on 69 points, and Vere all the way back in 23 points. So the difference in the table is 3 times. If you multiply 23 by 3, you would get 69, and that's exactly the gap between Mount Pleasant and Vere at the minute. And it could be worse if Mount Pleasant managed to win this. Of course, the aggregate scores so far, they have played 2 times. Mount Pleasant won the first game 6-0, then 4-1 at Jacksall. So it's a 10-1 head-to-head aggregate at the minute. So not looking rosy for Vere with their backs against the wall. It's literally the bottom of the table playing the top of the table here. And we continue the action now. Leighton switched over to this left-hand side, plays it inside to Robina Garden. Garden now cuts and twists and turns. Still Garden wants to go up the line, but did he run out of real estate? No, but still managed to recover here. Here's Alex Marshall now, comes inside, plays it for the run of Edwards. Edwards can't keep it in play, and Forbes will take over. Forbes now boots this one long upfield. Garden offside, coming from the offside position to receive, and so both teams still trying to assert themselves here. Vere have shown some promise in attack and forced a save out of Shaquan Davis early, Sean Leighton, but nothing other than that to write about, as Edwards now chips this one across, reeling to nobody in particular, comes now to the man Bailey, back to Joseph now, and with a chance! And that's the first goal for the young Haitian from the academy. Put through, good combination between him and Kivoni Bailey. And got his sight and goal, stayed calm, composed. His demeanor suggests that nothing bothers him. And just slotted past Edwards in goal, as we see here on the replay. Bailey inside, knocks it across. Joseph steps past two defenders. Back to Bailey. Bailey with the one-time pass. Defender miscued, and Joseph did the rest to make it 1-0 here. In what we have, we make this the 25th minute of play. And first start, first goal. First start, first goal. And the assist will go to Bailey, who is playing as a left back today. So Miguel Joseph, the youngster out of Haiti and straight out of the academy, gets his name on the score sheet and continues the list of academy players who have been doing well in this Premier League. So 1-0 the score here. We make it 25 minutes based on the time here, as Mount Pleasant now continues. And although Vere managed to score in their last encounter, Robin Garden getting the goal, with the present form, it already looks ominous for Vere, as ball comes now to Shaquan Davis, hunting clean sheet number 18. Mount Pleasant searching for win number 22, as referee Perry awards a free kick to Mount Pleasant here, who lead by a goal to nil. Away today in Clarendon, we're at the Wembley Centre of Excellence. You are watching Mount Pleasant FATV. Remember to like, subscribe, share the content, click the notification bell, as ball inside now to Leighton, but he bundled off it there by Green, and referee obliges and awards a free kick. So 23 points, Vere, and really rooted at the foot of the table, and no clear end in sight, and Mount Pleasant in search of a win really will not be easing up today, being a draw in the last encounter, 0-0 with Tivoli Gardens, as Alex Marshall again goes to the turf, and Davis will step forward to take this free kick. So windy conditions here. Only advantage of that for the players would be the fact that the evening would be cooler despite the sunlight here in Clarendon, but really tough conditions as the wind rustles in the background. Here's a ball now to Edwards. So just about 29 minutes now gone as Marshall chips this inside straight to goalkeeper Edwards, who gets play going over on the right hand side now. Here is ball knocked inside only as far as to Marshall. Marshall to Joseph. Joseph now plays this straight down, but Campbell was not alive to that run, so it comes back inside to Vere. And here comes ball now booted long upfield. Leighton again all over the pitch, and comes across to Leighton on the ball, and hounded by two defenders there, had to come inside to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Woolley. Now cut out now by Joseph, but Mitchell recovers again. Plays this across to Fabs, who goes to Woolley. Back to Leighton. And Vere now just trying to knock around the ball here as it comes now all the way back in defense to Thomas. And here is Fabs motoring up the the left hand side, but can't get that one inside past Irving. And now Green will go the other way for Mount Pleasant. Here is Green now. Still Green with Woolley for company. Comes to Marshall. Marshall back to Green. Green now comes inside to McCullough, who goes back to Green. As we say, McCullough coming back after national duty, rested for one game, and is back in the thick of things here. The Mount Pleasant captain. Now Marshall cuts inside. Forbes couldn't get him there, and still Marshall now will come across to Joseph, the goal scorer. Play this one now. Lovely ball inside to Devante Campbell inside the box. Cuts inside. Can he get the shot off? And saved there, but Edwards will walk it into the back of the net. So Joseph's in the thick of things again as Mount Pleasant make it 2-0. It was Joseph the man stepped forward, played it inside. Devante Campbell cut. The goalkeeper saved but could not keep it in his grasp. Edwards the quickest to respond. And easy as they come, could not have missed that one. And just like that, it's 2-0 here. Vere United, Vere Phoenix 0. Mount Pleasant 2. And the 32nd minute here unofficially. Edwards, who has been in a goal drought, just about 9 games without a goal, and the easiest goal he could find today. All the work done. Joseph to Campbell unleashing a right footer, trademark cutting, and the goalkeeper too hot for the goalkeeper to handle. And Mount Pleasant large and in charge here at Clarendon as Marcus plays this one over the top, trying to get Gordon going, showing some frustration there, the youngster. And familiar territory for them against this Mount Pleasant team. Did take the lead in the last game at Jacksall, but ended up on the wrong end of a 4-1 result here as Mount Pleasant seek to restore their free scoring form that they had prior to the international break. But already issues for Vere, and it doesn't look good, as if anything will change soon. Mitchell now boots this one long upfield, comes as far as to McCullough. Can't control, but still hovers over the ball, and free kick. So youthful exuberance being shown by Vere, but the experience of the league still not warming up to that as Green comes across to Joseph, man of the moment, really doing well here and looks the part, confident with every move as Irving wanted Marshall to make the run. Vertical pass there, but Marshall not alert to that, and as such. So 32 minutes, 34 minutes gone here. Ming just plays that one out for a throw, and Richie there at the fence just giving instructions, part of the coaching staff, as the team as well goes through their paces. Franco Celestine also back in the lineup, haven't seen him for a while. A part of that Haitian U17 setup who qualified for the FIFA U17 World Cup. And as Edwards now plays this one across, looks to be Bailey. Bailey now wants to cut inside, plays this one across, but clipped there by Woolley. Edwards as he tried to make a move forward, and free kick the verdict as we head into the 48th minute here. And first yellow card of the game to be shown by referee Perry. And Woolley, the captain, will receive the yellow card for that challenge on Edwards as we time for a free kick here. So Wooling again, just for reinforcement, receives the yellow card here. And Green now to Bailey. Mount Pleasant started shot. Joseph now inside, but quick on to him there, the defender this time. And Wooling again in the thick of things. Marshall can't get by the man Forbes and concedes the throw. As Vere have their substitutions already as well, getting them together as Lenny Hyde and Craig Butler, Mrs. Butler there on the bench, also Miss Butler. So throwing now to Vere, deep in their own half, and plays it forward. Comes now to McCullough. McCullough will turn. Still McCullough on the ball now. Goes inside to Marshall. Marshall back to Joseph. Joseph square pass to Bailey, who wants to line up the shot, but that one high and wide, and of course with the wind just moving it away there. And you know, lots of consideration has to be given to the conditions when playing. You oftentimes see the players will take a blade of grass and just throw it in the air to read where the wind is going, and that would dictate sometimes how you play, what part of the surface of your foot you use to play the ball, and so on. So here is ball inside. So as we approach halftime here, Marshall inside to Green. Green across, trying to pick out Campbell, only as far as McCullough. And he goes back to Joseph. Joseph across to Campbell. Campbell now inside. Back to Joseph. Joseph now will come to Irving. Irving now looks, probes, chips this one down the right hand side to Marshall. Here's Marshall now trying to get by the man Forbes. Comes back to Campbell's over on the right hand side, hounded by the defender, and it's a free kick right on the edge of the box here. Right on the edge of the box. Irving contending that it should be a penalty, but Perry is saying no. Right on the edge of the box. Campbell pushed to the turf there, and an opportunity now to close the half. 3 goals up, and pretty much to end the game as a contest. The form doesn't suggest that Mount Pleasant will concede 3 goals. Did concede 3 early in the piece. Their first defeat against Dunby Holden, close to here in Portmore, but Alex Marshall now favors this one, Green, as well. Based on the angle here, it appears that it would suit the left footer. Green would have to go around the last one in the wall and sneak it in at the first post, while Marshall would go over the wall to the back post. So let's see. Marshall now chips this one, and Edwards does well. Initially thought to have some problems, probably needed some more venom in it, Marshall, but went with a less intensity to keep it within the post, and in the end, no problems for Edwards. So 2-0 the score here. Mount Pleasant, they lead away at the Wembley Centre of Excellence, and heading to 72 points to stretch their lead at the top of the table. Of course, Arnett and Montego Bay chasing, and Vere further cemented at the root or the foot of the table here, still with 23 points, and not sure where the next one will come from. Here is Bailey inside. Campbell just steps by the player. 3 players left in his wake as he comes down, now puts this one inside. Green can't control but gets a second chance. Again, does not manage to get good connection on it. So Mount Pleasant have in effect taken control of the fixture since the first goal. Vere did show some glimpses, flashes of brilliance, tried to penetrate, force the save, the first save of the game out of Davis, and Irving goes down, looks like a touch in the face, and that's a challenge here. Marshall again goes to the turf. Strong challenge, looks to be serious, as if the leg twisted here. Looks pretty serious. The challenge came in, wasn't the worst of a challenge in terms of ferocity, but just how, and it looks serious, looks really serious here. Doesn't look good. Players holding their head. Doesn't look good, as the ankle seems to be the area of concern. Twisted ankle here. Mount Pleasant, we can tell you, with one of the best medical teams in the league. And pain here for Marshall, as this doesn't look good. Just coming off a long layoff for injury, and this looks like something serious. Hope nothing is broken here, but Dr. Bersha Cole and the staff from the medical staff here from Mount Pleasant do their work as he tries to get the area numb in order to move the player. And the referee Perry obviously giving the opportunity for the work to be done. Both lines coming onto the field, not necessary really, but just showing his concern, I guess, for the player. And Paul Cristino onto the pitch, and so obviously a serious injury here, obviously. And Kyle Butler on the field, the nurse from Vere on the field, Paul Christie, hysterical. Perry just now trying to clear the lines, and doesn't look good here, doesn't look good, as the sporting director, the players have taken the role of the stretcher bearer here to get their player off the field. Not a good look for Marshall, and fans not happy. No one happy here, as he will be moved to the sideline for treatment here. So long layoff here, or stoppage, as the medical staff now continues their preliminary work. Some of the fans here getting upset, but can't make a diagnosis or a prognosis from here. The medical staff, of course, will attend to him. More than likely he will be sent to a medical facility to have that checked out, and then whatever scans will dictate what the issue really is. So we pray for the best for Marshall as the action continues. Franco Celestine, in the meantime, came in for Marshall as play continues here, and Campbell now inside. Campbell still fade for the shot, but he came across, and now back inside. Ball played over the top for the run of Edwards, and just wide of the mark here, off the tie, just played inside the defender, and with the distraction of the injury, it could have been 3-0 there. So we expect some stoppages, some time to be added. We were on the stroke of half time, but in the context of Alex Marshall's injury and the time to attend to him, we might be seeing some additional time here as we still head to half time with the score here. Vere Phoenix 0, Mount Pleasant 2. Goals in the 25th and 32nd minutes of play by Miguel Joseph and Kemar Edwards, respectively. Raheem Edwards, rather, respectively. And that is the story thus far of this first half. And an unfortunate incident which saw Alex Marshall being stretchered off with what seems to be a serious injury to the ankle. So we will continue to monitor that situation. So you're watching Mount Pleasant FA TV on YouTube. Remember to like, to subscribe, to share. Click the notification bell so you will be the first or among the first to know when this channel goes live or any other content that is posted here. And you support the channel, you support Mount Pleasant. Share so others can see the product here and the progress of the #1 team in the island at the minute. And Forbes now boots this one upfield, headed inside, played again. So here is, looks to be handball, but nothing there, said the referee. And goal kick the verdict. Another player down, looks to be Irving. So Irving also down on the turf. And this now looks to be halftime here. So at halftime, we give you the news that Mount Pleasant, they lead by 2-0 here. Goals as we get ready to start the second half here. So 2-0 the score line as we ready ourselves for the second half. Goals came in the 25th and 32nd minutes of play. Miguel Joseph and Raheem Edwards for Mount Pleasant as Vere seek to chase and the improbable task of getting 3 goals without conceding any. This would be the 12th goal conceded, goal number 2 in this game between Vere and Mount Pleasant. And this the player stepping in there, and referee doesn't like it. Number 8 player. So and one of the officials here from Vere shown the red card by Perry for indiscipline on the bench. And wasn't happy with the call or the direction of the call, and referee asked him to leave the playing surface as getting a little intense here. Players fall into the turf. The crowd getting into it a bit. So Leighton looks to be the player down. Just trying to see the numbers here. So quite a few stoppages as now bowling places inside, but charged down by Mount Pleasant and Edwards. Marcus now on the ball. Here's Marcus. Plays it inside, but Davis going low to his right, just parried it past the right post. And similar to what happened in the first half, Vere started brightly, had a shot on goal, but Davis just getting something to do early in the piece. Here's the corner kick now. Poor corner kick. Goes all the way to the left hand side. So Marshall is sitting up with the heavy ice on the ankle, and looks to be one of his significant persons in his life beside him there. So good to see him back up and swelling. As we said before, the medical staff, competent and able national team medical staff here. So here is no ball inside, trying to get to Kivoni Bailey. Bailey now twists and turn, comes inside, still Kivoni Bailey, and that strong challenge there. Strong challenge there. But the call goes against Bailey. Call going against Bailey. Didn't see it that way, but Perry obviously did. Some substitutions were made as well. As Gurzon is in. As now ball played down the line there by Peralta, who also came in. So Vere shuffling the deck, as it were, trying to get something else out of this game. Not much width in their attack, to be honest, and have been really narrow in play, just going through the middle channels Vere. So I'd really no penetration from the flanks, and Mount Pleasant would have exploited that as Fabs comes inside to Leighton, and now he plays this one over the top, trying to get the run there off Garden, but Davis will clean up and restarts the proceedings immediately with a long kick upfield all the way back for a goal kick as he comes across to Cunningham. Maybe the first time that we have called Cunningham's name for the broadcast, as another foul here, and Perry. So it's tough encounter. Thomas the man going down under the challenge. Peralta now to take this free kick. Looks to be going straight for goal, but needed the goal to be a bit higher, like an NFL type goal, to really consider any purchase that has Bailey now playing inside to Green. Green now plays it over far channel for Campbell, but with all his pace, couldn't get there. So we are just about on the 53rd minute, and Mount Pleasant lead by 2-0. Goal scored in the first half by Joseph, and shot there. But goalkeeper in the end has not been collecting cleanly, but has done enough on the second attempt in most occasions. The second goal, he coughed up the rebound, and Edwards obliged. Here is Bailey now on the line, being hounded by two players, and it did go out there for a throw. So 55 minutes gone here. Vere trailing by 2-0 at home to Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant heading to 72 points. Vere would stay on 23 points, as looks to be Wooling, and he plays this one high and wide, and nothing doing there, as ball now out with Irving. Turns Celestine inside to McCullough. McCullough will turn as well, but seems to have touched the ball on his way down, and free kick here to Vere. Just 34 yards out here. And Wooling. Again, he's a man who primarily orchestrates all the dead balls. So Wooling to approach the hour mark here. And again, disappointing. The dead ball, the free kicks, the corners have all been disappointed thus far from Vere. This now comes across to Kivoni Bailey. Here's Bailey. Bailey upfield. Here's Bailey. Still Bailey. Good run there, but now he over dribbles and Peralta manages to take the ball off him and goes on a run of his own, looking now to make a diagonal pass. Chips this one across inside for Marcus. Can Marcus find something? No, Ming is there. All of his experience needed there, Ming, because a good ball there from Peralta. Diagonal cut through the Mount Pleasant defense. Marcus was lurking, but Ming did well to thwart that attack as now ball inside. Fans appealing for a handball, but nothing there as Celestino plays this one forward for the run of Edwards. Is he onside? Still Edwards, and now the whistle comes. And it did look offside, but of course the referees wait and then they make the decision, and it is the referee's call to make in terms of to sound the whistle as Mitchell now boots it upfield. So Peralta has come on and done well as ball played up the flank again. Spoke about how narrow this Vere team has been, probably trying just to be compact in front of goal, but has really presented lots of opportunities for the wingers to from Mount Pleasant to exploit, and not really offering any width in attack as well. So makes it easier for the fullbacks for Mount Pleasant to defend as foul is called against Woolley, who has put in a shift here, but captain on a sinking ship, so to speak, as the gusts died down here, not as intense as in the first half. We had some very strong winds in the first half, but not as much as Daniel Green now readies to take this free kick as we approach the 63rd minute here. And over the top, again the breeze assisting with that. And so we got a goal in his first start. He played his first game at Jacksall. Got his first start today, Miguel Joseph, Haitian out of the academy. Got on the score sheet. Edwards then obliged to make it 2-0. We have another academy graduate in. Well, not graduate, but another member of the academy, that Celestine, was coming for Marshall, who was stretchered off. It was a forced change due to injury. Here is Celestine now on the ball. Tricky, confident, speedy young player as he goes up the flank now, but does well to win a corner. Nolan, of course, transferred to Toronto FC 2, so joining, further expanding his career. The youngster Devontae Campbell, who would be the first academy graduate to matriculate, as here is a ball inside and Ming can't get there, and that one will go out for a goal kick as we approach 65 minutes here. Forbes steps up to take this the goal kick, boots it long, holds up in the breeze at the halfway line. Leighton will play it further forward, cut out by Mount Pleasant. Green now on the ball, still Green. Turns, plays it inside to Ming. Ming now will go further right to Irvin. Irvin looks for a pass inside, trying to get Edwards going, but nothing there as Vere cover now, but blocked by the Mount Pleasant player there, and it's a throw in to Vere just inside the Mount Pleasant half as we approach 67 minutes here. In case you're just joining the scoreline, as you see on the screen, 2-0 in favor of Mount Pleasant. They're away at the Wembley Centre of Excellence. It's match day 34 as Celestine bobs and weaves, but can't beat Cunningham there. And Bailey now will do the laundry work, clean up, as Edwards now with a good header, but stout defending in that instant by Vere. Green now want to play this one across for the run of Bailey, but he can't get there, and as such another goal kick to Vere. Ball played now over on the far side, but just outside for a throw. And Bailey now. Campbell. Still Campbell. Inside. McCullough. Here is ball now. Celestine there couldn't get the better of the man, and Ming will head it wide. Comes now all the way back to Ming, and he goes to his goalkeeper Davis. Davis now to Ming. Irving. Celestine tried to turn again, but closely marked there by Forbes. Didn't give him the opportunity to turn, and vast difference in height forms. That's what you call a mismatch defensively. Let's see how that will continue as Green now motors up the middle of the park. Can't get by Peralta there, but gets it across to Kivoni Bailey. Still Bailey comes back to Green. Green wants to pass inside to McCullough. McCullough does well to eventually get there, as now ball is played inside to Campbell. Campbell wants to turn for a shot, and Edwards palms it, and again on the second attempt has not been collecting cleanly as Captain McCullough goes to the turf now. So seems to be struggling with a knock and favoring the knee there as he goes to the turf. So medical staff of both teams quite busy this afternoon as a substitution to be made. Mount Pleasant have done that. So Tevin Shaw is in as this ball now played inside with Green. Comes as far as to Bailey. Left the leg there and will receive a yellow card. And we saw Shaw, not in your shot, but we saw them lining up Shaw. But McCullough will come back on the pitch here. Seemed as if substitution was about to be made, but let's see. Here is Leighton. Plays this one inside the box, and Davis goes up. Headed out there by Mount Pleasant and come as far as to Dyer. Dyer, who may have played every minute here of the games, as here is Celestine now. Still Celestine, no good cheeky pass inside to Edwards. Can Edwards make it 3? No! Good save there by Edwards, and Green woolly off the line, and again Joseph over the top, and Mount Pleasant with 3 bites of the cherry. Couldn't make Vere pay, and we must commend Vere for the defending. Good save by Edwards initially, goalkeeper Edwards, and the shot from Raheem Edwards. Then Green on the line. Woolley managed to get it off the line there, and they preserve their clean sheet as we get another shot of Marshall. Foot already in a cast, and here is Vere again with Forbes. Forbes and Celestine continue their battle, but just as far as to Joseph, now to McCullough. McCullough plays it inside to, now he goes outside, looks to be Green here over on the flank. Still Green, goes by his man down the line. Green inside! And again, the heads go up in the melee and players try to scramble their way out. So that one goes out again for a goal kick. So not getting it on target there, Green. So headed on now, and the player goes again to the ground. 2-3 players, the Brazilian man in a little tussle there. Garden seems to be on the turf. The referee rushes in to quell whatever is happening in that section, and Leighton already backing up to get going, and Thomas the man coming there as well, as the substitutions are going to be made now. So Sule McCullough out, Tevin Shaw in. So welcome back to Tevin Shaw. Shaw has been out as well, long layoff, recovering from an injury and getting his first taste of action. So coaching staff just fizzling back some players. Number 21 jump coming in as well for Raheem Edwards. So another academy man in on the pitch now, and two Asians in conversation there. Joseph already on the score sheet, and almost certain that they're speaking in French there, but now Celestine and Devante Campbell just having a conversation there. So not much action being missed now as referee speaks to the man Mitchell, and ball will be a drop ball. So still 2-0 here as Vere trail, and Mount Pleasant on their way to win number 22. Here is swing and a miss by Bailey. Wooling now turns, plays it in the right boot, comes over the top here, but cleared again. Just a wild clearance there by Mount Pleasant. Anything will do at this point, and we see Peralta now to take the throw. Here is Peralta into Wooling. Wooling still being under there by Campbell, plays it down for the run of Leighton, but Leighton runs out of real estate, and goal kick the verdict. Another player on the turf, Wooling there, and you wonder about the physical conditioning of this Vere team, because just fall into the turf like flies, as we see the substitute coming in now. And just getting up to 75, 76 minutes here, and Mount Pleasant still lead by 2-0. So Davis comes out and clears his lines there. Here's Etienne, Franco Celestine comes now to Irving, twisting and turning, tries to get this one across, but straight into the arms of the man Edwards in goal for Vere. Pulls it out again as we see two substitutes again getting ready to get in on the action. It's going to be Bradford and Topi, and we'll tell you who they will replace. Devante Campbell, possibly one of those, and Topi may be going in the back line. Not sure if Dyer or Ming will be replaced, but we'll wait for that as Rabina Garden goes. The challenge comes in from Tevin Shaw and just asking for some more from his winger there, as we are inside now with Green, who lovely one touch to jump, wants to slide it across to Campbell, but cut out there by Vere. And now we have the substitution. So Campbell is coming, and also Ming is off as this one goes across. Gordon again on the turf over on this far side, and challenge made. And here comes Celestine now up the right hand channel with some real estate as Forbes is motoring to get back in. Here is Celestine, still Celestine now goes for the shot, but high, too much under it, and speculative to say the least, but tried nonetheless, and resulted there in a goal kick, as this one now is chipped forward, headed out by Bailey. Now Shaw in direction of Celestine again, so has seen much of the ball, because as we said, the strategy here as it's now jumps, slips it further right to Bradford, who plays it across, cut out there, and still the chance, goal gaping, but Edwards now is rescued by the referee here for an infringement. So Bradford coming in for Campbell, Topi coming in for Ming, and again Bradford now with the width. Celestine has seen a lot of the ball because the Vere strategy seems to be a narrow, very narrow in their approach, both in attack and defense, and because of that the wingers are enjoying a lot of space and time. That is the Mount Pleasant wingers in this fixture. So here is Tevin Shaw now across to Joseph to Dyer inside, back to Joseph quickly moves it over to Irving now again Celestine with time and space. Still Celestine wants to run at Forbes, but first touch heavy there and couldn't recover. And obviously they've been given the freedom to take on the defenders 1v1, isolate them from the back line to open up more spaces in front of goal, and they've been doing pretty decent job thus far as this one comes across. Good diagonal ball, and Gordon does well to get it in his grasp. Gordon, the youngster, inside to Peralta, but Peralta couldn't manage it. But here is Gordon still fighting and battling, and the referee says goal kick. And no change out of referee Perry here for the Vere team as the ball is booted long upfield. We heading into the 80th minute. Here he is, Bradford now on the ball. Bradford will go back to Shaw, who comes Bailey, and that one goes out. So 2-0 the score here. Mount Pleasant in blue and playing against Vere. We're at the Wembley Centre of Excellence here in Clarendon, and 2-0 the score as Peralta lines up to throw this one long, comes as far as to Gordon, but Gordon just muscled off the ball by Bailey. Referee says free kick, and man Thomas wants to get the action going as quickly as possible. Peralta now offering some width, which we haven't seen much of from this Vere team, as Woolley now lines up to take the free kick, as now he boots this one left-footed, heads go up. Mount Pleasant still trying to clear, gets it midway the half. Woolley now trying to control, but Green gets his body in between. Woolley wins the challenge for the minute, and will go back to his goalkeeper Edwards, and they come again. Woolley's been all over the shop. Good player, the captain, trying to get things going for this team as he plays this one now high. And again Topi just in the fixture, but making sure that his presence felt as he just comes across and ushers that one out for a throw. Forbes as Topi joins him now as the two tallest players on the pitch by far, as he now chips this one inside Forbes, but cut out by Mount Pleasant, and a throw in there again to Vere. Similar area from where they were before, and just probing Vere but not getting any change out of this Mount Pleasant defense. Resolute, structured, and just keeping things tight. Vere has been there and thereabout, but nothing to write home about apart from that save in the first half. And here is now the header by Irving into Shaw. Takes it easy, comes to Daniel Green. Lovely ball there. Pass inside, jump now will help on Bradford. Bradford now wants to take on defender 1v1. Jump wanted to make the run outside, and Bradford now just a team shot. Not much on it to create any challenges, but good counter attack again as Vere a bit stretched in trying to get even to have the deficit here. Peralta now on the ball, comes inside, knocks it across, but only comes as far as to Shaw. Good tactical positioning. It makes the game simple when you read the passes where it will go. Here is Irving now. Irving still on the ball, plays it in for the run of Daniel Green. Daniel Green is onside. Can he get across? Oh, poor from Green. Rear mistake here from the talisman on the pitch, Green, and not making the required connection, as we still have some more substitutions to be made. So Wooling and Marco are out. Marcos, the Brazilian, and players coming now for Vere. So just making the changes here, Mount Pleasant would have made there a lot of changes as we watch ball at the feet of Jump. So many of the youngsters getting their opportunity here today, as it has been throughout the season. Shaw bundled off the ball but stood his ground. Here is Topi now going wide to Irving. Can Irving keep it in play? As he does. Ball comes now across. Green steps out to receive the ball there, but just pushed in the back, and the referee says free kick again. And to the disgust of the Vere team, they believe that that one was soft, but referee spotted the infringement and duly obliged, as the team now line up to take the free kick here. And Topi coming over. Normally has a good shot on him. Irving has been on these duties for the better part of the season, and Green has walked away. So D. Harris came in, number 66, number 14 Jay Dunn came in as well, and B. Nelson, number 28, came in substitutions, as Topi now lines up to take the shot. Irving has gone off the scene, and now he comes to give width and asks Franco to come inside to give more numbers. Topi now comes, puts this one just wide there off the upright, and won't cause any problems for the Vere goalkeeper. Topi there, and just to get his confidence going, just coming back in the team last couple of games. So here is ball now booted long by Forbes. Shaw now. Really simple player, Shaw, in terms of doesn't overcomplicate the game. Reads the game well in terms of his tactical spaces, as the ball goes down the flank now and comes inside, but cleared again by Mount Pleasant. Green wants to play it one side. Joseph, one time Joseph can't control. Now Forbes has done well to contain Celestine thus far. Celestine, a tricky customer here, is jump now. And pushed off the field really. And ball inside again. Fans asking for a free kick here. Nothing, says referee Perry. Free kick now, foul by Bailey. And a yellow card, but still. And coaching staff just reminding him that he's on a yellow card. Close to the end of the game here. We are leading by 2-0. So just keep your head. So here is ball now played across. Just team effort there by Robina Garden as Davis now bowls this one out. Approaching the 87-minute. Green plays this one over the top here. Shaquille Bradford, is he offside? No. Still Bradford gets by the defender. Bradford now inside the box. Can he roll it across for Celestine to seal the deal and make it 3-0 here for Mount Pleasant? Bradford did the work. Green with a ball. The boot looked high. Referee said play on. Bradford got by his defender there. Got inside the box. Just rolled it on a plate for Celestine, who said thank you very much. Slotted past Edwards, who was looking to the assistant referee for the call. But 3-0 the score here. And one more youngster on the score sheet. So Joseph from Haiti, Celestine from Haiti, both of them on the score sheet this evening. And just icing on the cake here in the 87th minute as Perry allows play to continue. And so Green still looking for some more. So good work there. Substitutes combining to put this game to bed as if it were not already. And definitely no way back now for Vere Phoenix. So Mount Pleasant are heading to 72 points confirmed as Topi now loses out and Gordon will control. So Franco Celestine, Joseph on the score sheet, ball inside, cut out by Joseph. Here is Irving inside to outside rather to Shaquille Bradford, who his good work just created an opportunity. Green now trips this one, but Celestine wasn't alive to it. And Bradford maybe thought the ball could come back to him. So Mount Pleasant still not relenting in terms of trying to get more out of this game. And Vere just in 6s and 7s really. Strategies not seem to be working. And as this one now played over the top for Gordon. Just some hopeful balls really as Irving doesn't give them the throw but comes inside. Shaw back to Irving, who is now over on the left hand side. Is familiar or favored left hand side in the fullback position, and Bailey switched. So good versatility shown in the back line here by Mount Pleasant, and maybe just because of that ongoing tussle between both Bailey and Robina Garden, coaching staff just cooling that off by switching Bailey to the next side of the field. Here is Peralta. So just on the stroke of full time now, just waiting for the stoppage time as Shaw comes to Bradford, who is fouled, and Perry obliges, favoring the lower back here, but referee says get up. You already win this game. You have already won this game. Let's go. You have a long drive back to center. Physios can look at that a little bit later. Let's go. As here's jump now. Still jump to Irving. Irving gets it nutmeg. We call it the salad. Comes back to Bradford. Shaw. Here is Shaw now goes all the way over to Topi. Topi across to Bailey. Switch to the right hand side. Bailey now further wide to Celestine. And Celestine again wants to make a mazy run, but comes back to his countryman Joseph. Inside now to Shaw. Shaw lines up the shot but blocked here. And here is Shaw again. Comes inside. Peralta will cut it out here. Is a substitute. Plays it across now. Here it comes. Vere plays this one now further upfield. Shaquan Davis should get there, but Topi says I will take care of it. Dyer makes himself an option, and now he will receive the ball. Here is Dyer now, but he couldn't get back the ball. And Vere with an opportunity late here in the game to get a cancellation, but back turn in the wrong direction and being hounded all the time. Free kick there. Dyer concedes the free kick in the 90th minute here, and just waiting on stoppage information in terms of how much time to be added, as Vere tried, went inside the box there, Thomas, but still can't find a goal here for the fans at Vere to celebrate, but sure defeat here for the home team. Just waiting for the referee to read the final rights, as it were. So Peralta now will play this one inside, and nothing doing there again. Corner kick, is it? No, referee says goal kick, and just winding down this fixture. Already done as a contest, and the winners decided. Mount Pleasant 3-0 here. Joseph, Edwards, and Celestine. 2 goals in the first half. Celestine scoring in the 87th minute as Green now plays this one inside for Jump. Jump will slide this one across for the run of Bradford. Can Bradford get there and get across inside? But not enough purchase on it based on how far it was from him. But as you can see, Mount Pleasant still not relenting, going for more. Here's Franco inside now to Green. Green wants to take the shot, but too much under it. Too much under it there. But they want more. They're hungry for more. They want more. And good sign of a team. A professional display it is. Not relenting, not easing up, not coming off the gas, but just continuously pushing as Green down comes inside. Celestine won't get there, and we clear their lines, trying to get the run here, and the referee spotted some infringement. Not sure what the infringement was. Harris was on his way. Oh yes, the player was pulled back off the ball, as Joseph now, referee says wait, and Perry now takes out the card, and man protesting. Referee says go your way. So Mr. Thomas there, number 4, getting his name in the referee's book, and not for the right reason. So Damian Thomas book now, as this one comes across to Irving. Now over on the left hand side, as we indicated before, more natural. Now he wants to get the cross, wins a corner late in the piece. Stroke off. We've already passed 90 minutes. We are into stoppage time. Didn't see what the referee indicated, but here is the final whistle now. And at the end of the game, we can tell you that Mount Pleasant have won this game by 3-0. Away here to Vere, goals in the 25th, 32nd, and 87th minutes. As we go to the replay or the highlight reel here, but we can give you the news that Mount Pleasant have won by 3-0 as we look at the first goal here. Joseph with lovely combination play with Bailey. Gets by his man, just slots it now calmly to make it 1-0. That in the 25th minute, the academy man Joseph celebrating his first start with a goal. Second goal here. Rebound coughed up after the shot from Devante Campbell and just tucked in by Raheem Edwards, and the final goal, which you just saw, good work from Bradford, put it on a plate for Celestine, and he rolled it in the back of the net to make it 3-0, 72 points, and all the way at the top of the table. And that's all she wrote here. Shane Perry says that's it as we get to the interview.
Pleased with some aspect of the performance, but very pleased with the result. For the past 2 games, we haven't been creating chance and scoring goals. So to come today to see we get 3 goals, then it's rewarding.
Yeah, coach, you talk about creating chances. You had a number of them today. Only managed to get 3. Disappointed that the players weren't able to get more goals.
Well, I think the end product weren't there this afternoon, but if you could get 3, then what more can you ask for?
Also, 4 of the youngsters getting goals today. Miguel Joseph and also Franco Celestine. What are your thoughts on their performance?
Well, that's what they are here for. You know, we have the technical staff. We have confidence in them, and they go out there and it paid off this afternoon.
All right, coach. How disappointed are you? Alex Marshall now gone down injured for the 2nd time this season. Word on that?
Well, again, disappointing, but again, we have to do our assessment. I think the medical team, we left it up to the medical team. We'll do a MRI tomorrow and see where we go from here.
Also, the game seemed a little bit physical. Thoughts on that today?
Well, again, it's first against 14, you know, so it's a bit difficult, you know. I think the Vere team, they're not motivated. They have nothing to play for, so we expect a game like this. But I think our boys handled it well.